we started small, and suddenly one day the Better India did a story on us. We could put up a fridge in the hospital and a group of people would fill it up. So we gave the name Niki Pitara.
So, Khushroo bhai, if Seva Kitchen had a ringtone, what would it be?
It would be Neki Kar Darya Mein Dal.
Seva, for him, is not just an act of charity, it is a way of life. Having started the Seva Kitchen way back in 2014 in Nagpur, today it has grown by leaps and bounds and it is a multi-state initiative. He is known for his compassionate and selfless nature, and his work reflects a genuine desire to help alleviate the suffering and serve humanity with dignity. Today, on the People's Mic, we have with us Khushroo Poacha, the founder of Seva Kitchen, who is going to share the story, the soul, the spirit and purpose of Seva Kitchen. Welcome to the People's Mic, Khushroo.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Khushroo Poacha. I think that's very formal.
No, very, very formal.
If I say Khushroo Poacha,
Khushroo.
no, that becomes very informal, and since you are our guest, I can't call you Khushroo Poacha. So is it okay if I call you Khushroo bhai?
Ha, Khushroo bhai. Khushroo is also okay. It's perfectly okay. I think Khushroo will be okay.
All right. So when coming to the Seva Kitchen, so when this, before it became a revolutionary movement, how did the idea germinate and why did you think that this was needed to be done?
It so happened that in 2014, my mother was admitted to the SIMS hospital, Central India Institute of Medical Sciences, and she was in the hospital for 20 days. And as I was staying with her in the hospital every day, I would go to the to have tea in the tapris, as you call them,
Right.
outside. And every day I would notice that people coming from villages would be setting up 3 bricks, putting a tawa on it and making chapatis and eating with a raw onion or a chili. So I was seeing this every day, almost every day, and this made me very sad one day. And I was sitting with my mother and just think, maybe I must have looked very distraught. So my mother asked me that what is your problem? Why are you down? And I told her that this is what I see every day outside the hospital. So these people are coming from far off Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, and they have no place to stay, and maybe they don't have money for treatment, and where will they get money to eat? So her first response in her pain was, why don't you feed them? And the people of the world will help you. This was a statement.
Wow.
Never realizing that 12 years down the line, this would come true. So while in hospital, I told her, yes, I will do something, and she was discharged. And within 6 months, she passed away. But in between, I spoke to one of my friends, Mr. Amit Badiani, and I told him, why don't you send some packets of food? So every Sunday, he would make 25 packets, buy 25 packets and send it to SIMS. So one of those days, I visited SIMS in the evening, and when I saw that 25 packets of food was taken, there would be 150 people coming. So I said, no, we have to do something about it. And as I already promised my mother, I and my wife started cooking at my house. So the first time we cooked for 50 people, and then we realized that no. So then we bought in a cook. And then we started cooking for 150 people, 200 people every week, and going on Sundays and feeding them. This started to grow. So this started on the 23rd of November 2014. So as we started to go there and feed outside, we would stand outside. We would not given permission by the hospital. So we would stand outside and serve people. And slowly friends started coming up that, we would like to pitch in, we would like to give money, and we would like to give material. So I said, I realized that this was a problem everywhere. This was not only SIM, this was a problem everywhere. So what I devised was, I said, okay, then we started making small teams of people. And we started giving them those locations. So we started Tukudoji Maharaj Cancer Hospital. We started Arneja Hospital and different hospitals in the city. So we started small, and suddenly one day the Better India did a story on us. And it got carried away, and social media was so strong. So we started getting calls from different cities. So we started small locations in Hyderabad, Ahmedabad, Mumbai. So this gained momentum of cook and serve, and it started to grow. So this is how it grew into a movement, sort of a movement, where no money was accepted.
Exactly.
And only in kind things were accepted, like people would bake juices, milk, and distribute. But at the end of 2015, I realized that we were taking care of the relatives. We realized that there were many poor patients in the hospital who did not have access to milk or juices as my mother had. Because if you are from the city, you will have somebody getting things for you.
Yes.
But what would happen to people from the villages? So that was another eureka moment where I realized that we could put up a fridge in the hospital and a group of people would fill it up. And whoever needed it would take it from the fridge. So we gave the name Niki Pitara. And that is how the Niki Pitara was born, where it was very simple. A WhatsApp group was there, and people who wanted to join the group would join it. And there would be an hospital admin too. So whenever the fridge would get empty, the hospital admin would put a picture and say, Pitara is over, please refill it. And whoever said first from the group that I will fill it up, got the opportunity to fill it. But within a week, there was a lot of opposition to this. Because there were some people who were, who were very quick.
Absolutely.
And they would say, we would call it the fastest finger first. And they would say that I will fill it up, and they would get an opportunity. So then we streamlined, we made a list of donors, very simple in the description, gave them Seva numbers, and we appointed an admin from the group, and we would tell them that they have to sort of tag them in the group when their turn comes. So surprisingly, this grew, and we have almost about 26 Nikika Pitaras across the country, 6 in Nagpur. So Nagpur we have SIMS, Tugudoji Maharaj Cancer Hospital, we have GMC, we had Snehanchal, we have Radhakrishna Hospital, and then a school for slum children in Akshar in Chitnavis Center.
So this is a charitable organization. I mean, we can say it's an NGO or a charitable organization, and it's very surprising that there is no exchange of money. So monetary donations are avoided and food contributions are welcome. So why did you and how did you think that this module would work? It is working, but what made you think that this would work?
So I would like to correct you over here. We are not a registered organization.
Okay.
The only thing we have is a Facebook page. We've named it Seva Kitchen, and we've given the name Seva Kitchen. The reason, this goes back to 2000. There's a story behind it of why I did not make an organization. So in 2002, as you know, in 1999, I founded the first helpline for blood, IndianBloodDonors.com. And I started in 1999 with my own resources. That was the .com era, and websites were coming up. And I needed about 24,000 rupees per annum to run this helpline in those days. So a few corporates approached me telling me that we would like to sponsor it. But then every corporate had a to-do list.
Yes, agenda
behind
yes.
it. And finally, there was one corporate who seemed to not have any agenda, and he agreed to give, the CEO of the company agreed to give me 24,000 rupees per annum. But when that amount was to be given, he told me that Mr. Poacha, you will have to share the donor database with us, meaning the names and the numbers of the people, so that they could exploit it for their purpose. So I said, no, this is not done. There were no, you never asked me for an, at least my donor database, I cannot give it to you. So, he said something that day which changed the direction of how I thought about it. He said, Mr. Poacha, you cannot do good work without money. I don't know whether it was ego, it was anger. I replied back to him telling him that, sir, I will prove to you and the world that I will never accept money and still do good work. So that thought process had continued. I had made Indian blood donors into a very sustainable model.
Right.
And when Seva Kitchen, when people asked me, that struck me, that why not continue doing this on the same model? And I would never accept money. I would never start a bank account. I would never take money from anybody. But still, innovate and make this model grow. So that was the plain reason actually that I never, and today, after almost 12 years of Seva Kitchen, I am so proud to say that there are so many people who say that, Khushroo, you make it into an NGO, we'll give you 4 crores, we'll give you 5 crores, and you can use it. But there are 99% of my people who tell me that, Khushroo, don't make that mistake of doing it, because Seva Kitchen will lose its magic.
Absolutely. So true. So when you were just telling me that, you have one Facebook page, which talks of the Seva Kitchen. But in today's times, when it is all about visibility and validation, I mean, it's all about, you go to a hospital, you will click a picture and say, okay, put it on your social media and say, okay, I was there. And that is how you gain validity and visibility. But I don't see this with any of your Seva Kitchen, not the volunteers, not you.
Yes.
I mean, you have, because since I worked with you, so I know you have these really closed WhatsApp groups.
Yes.
Where you say, okay, you have to fill the pitara, we go and fill it. We will post a picture in that WhatsApp group. We don't share it or circulate it.
And that also you post a picture of the pitara.
Right. So then how do you think, or why do you think it is working like this, in today's times?
Yes. See, I think I will give credit here to 2 people who inspired me of not doing it. One was Mr. Venkat Krishnan, a very good friend, founder of Give India, ex-founder of Give India, and now founder of Danotsav, and Mr. Anshu Gupta, founder of Gunj, who always say this, that dignity of the receiver is very important. Though they've never, sort of told me this directly, but their thought process of dignity of the receiver. So it so happened that during COVID, when we were, people were giving us grocery kits, we had this creative maid, and there was this, profile of this, just a profile of this lady picking up apple from a box. And Venkat told me that, Khushroo, don't do this. It looks very bad. And it was that day that I decided that, if you see our Seva Kitchen Facebook page, we don't have anything on that also. Right. As of now also, we don't post anything unless and until we start a new Seva somewhere. So, and most importantly, I am very happy to say that most 99.99, almost 100% donors don't come for validation to Seva Kitchen. We have people serving since almost 11 plus years. And once people join Seva Kitchen, they never leave it unless and until, of course, they have some personal problems, or they are not able to, not able to serve or do something or some problem, people don't leave Seva Kitchen.
Yeah, and you know how you have touched communities through this movement, it's amazing. When I call up my shopkeeper in Ramnagar area and he says, Bhabhi, आपको क्या चाहिए? तो I said, पिटारा भरना है. He says, ठीक है, आ जाइए. I don't have to tell him what is needed. By the time I go back, you know, everything is ready and I just have to go and, you know, fill the fridge. So that is like amazing, the reach
Yes.
to the common people.
Yes.
It's amazing without any kind of visibility and validation.
Validity.
So I think hats off to you.
And I
Khushroo.
would say it was divine intervention, and always also I ensured that the roots, the roots are वो बोलते हैं ना कि जब फाउंडेशन ही अच्छा रहेगा, जब नीचे ही जो थॉट प्रोसेस है वो ही अच्छी रहेगी, तो ऊपर झाड़ ऑटोमेटिकली अच्छा उगेगा. तो आई ऑलवेज एंश्योर्ड दैट देयर वर many see, I am also a human being after all, and there were many opportunities where people, there was I was always between the devil and the deep blue sea. People telling me, form an NGO, you will get crores of rupees and you will not know how big you will grow and this and that. But I always felt that my conscience always told me, and there were many people who always told me that, Khushroo, Seva Kitchen will be then become like any other organization, and you will you will lose your creativity, which I did not. If you see what Seva Kitchen is today, mostly they are out of the box ideas,
Right.
and they defy the way NGOs work.
Absolutely.
They are working in a completely different direction, and still they are surviving.
So when now, since you've told, of course, and we also know that it's a multi-state initiative now. So did you ever feel that there could be a dilution of the values that you have put into this? कभी ऐसा लगा कि स्केल बढ़ गया है और कहीं ना कहीं उसको अफेक्ट होगा, एडवर्स अफेक्ट होगा?
No, I was very clear. Now there are almost 30 plus groups of 30 plus locations in different cities in India, from Mandvi to places of names of places I have never heard. Sindhudurg, in somewhere in Goa, 2 hours away from Goa.
Right.
And Palwal in Haryana. And places, I was stunned that I don't know of these places where these Niki Pitaras have come up. And I was very clear ki I will keep, there has to be a lot of love in the movement. I don't.
That actually is very true.
I don't want that component of love to go away. I want that there should be love, and that is the reason I finally realized that people, you'll be surprised that now we are the second generation of families coming up and taking up their reins from their parents.
That's wonderful. Absolutely.
There have been sevaks who have passed away, and their children have taken over now. That they serve with the same dedication that their parents did.
So which brings us to this. Before COVID hit, it was a Sunday affair. We would be cooking and going to, like, I was associated with Arnija, so I would be going there.
Yes.
But then after COVID, there has been, a very major shift, and it's become an everyday affair.
Yes.
So, and so many volunteers that you have, they are working people. How are they able to sustain?
Yes. So now what happened during COVID, that somehow our Niki Pitaras were operational, because what we did was we put a vendor in every group. We'll put a local vendor where people would just tell the vendor, and the vendor would go and send the things, put the things in the group. But what happened during COVID, that people were not allowed to go to hospitals. So I thought ki, this will stop if I don't innovate. So in 2023, it was, I was at the railway station, and I parked my car over there. And as I parked my car, the parking attendant took a picture of my car, and he gave me a QR coded token. So I took the token, thinking nothing of it. When I came back, he scanned my token. And he said, okay, pay 20, whatever the charges were. So I asked him, why did you scan my token? He said, I just wanted to know how many hours your car was in the parking lot so that I can charge you accordingly. So this was a eureka moment. I thought, why not we do one thing, that we tie up with hospital canteens, number one. Number two, we set up a system where we issue QR coded tokens to the people who need meals.
Wow, innovative.
And then these people go to the canteen guy scans these tokens, and donors pay for these tokens.
Okay.
So we again use the WhatsApp group, brought people in, like we did for the Niki Pitara. We asked them a simple question. A breakfast at Sims Hospital is 25 rupees. How many breakfasts would you like to serve? So people said 100, people said 200, people said. We started the system, we developed a system where we used a point of sale machine. When anybody needing a meal would go to the counter, they would give their name, they would give their identification, and they would be given a QR coded token. That person would take the token to the counter. The guy would scan it with an app which we gave him, and then the donor would pay for the meals. So it was a post-paid system. This system grew, and I realized one thing, that everywhere we had to start this, we would need a 22,000 machine, number one. Number two, that machine should have internet. So if internet failed, the system would fail.
Yeah.
So then, and the biggest problem with that system was that there was no awareness in the hospital. Means unless and until people were to know.
Correct.
But the system worked. So we worked in 6 locations, and the system worked. But then I realized that we need to make awareness. How do we make the entire people who need? So then what we did, we scaled up to a new model where we put up a TV. And in the TV, we replicated the system where the system would show that Asavari has donated 100 meals. The tokens are given below. So here we removed the social worker also from so if a social worker is there, that system would fail, the initial. So here they just would see a token number, go to the canteen, repeat the token number, and the canteen would fill up the details.
Right.
Here we came down to a costing of 12,000 per location because the TV cost 12,000. But then again, we realized we ran into problems with that, because we realized one drawback with that, that the canteen would misuse. He would just put up the tokens from the screen, put some random names and misuse the system, abuse the system. So this got me thinking, and in 24, I realized one day I was just thinking about the COVID times, and as you know, during COVID, the Chief Minister of Maharashtra had called me to congratulate me. And once he called me, my number went viral across all the states in India. And I started getting missed calls from people. So they would just, and especially during the time when people were moving by roads from one location to other. So they would just give me a missed call. And I realized that they were giving me a missed call because they did not have a balance on their phones. So they were poor people. So I would call them and they would say that we are stuck in such a location, please help us, please arrange some transport. And so this thought hit me that they were using a missed call system to tell me. So I developed a system where people would give a missed call on a number and immediately they would get a food token on their mobile. This did not require anything, equipment. It required just a poster which would cost us 300 rupees and the system was good to go. You will be surprised that we started this system on the 8th of August 2024 in 3 locations. One is in Sims, Nagpur, One is in Tata Memorial, and the third was in Masina Hospital. And till date, we have served 50,000 people in a span of 5 months.
Wow.
And now it's become so. Now we are scaling up in 4 locations. One is Tata Memorial, Chandigarh, where we have a lunch seva. We are starting a milk seva in the Dharamshala in Tata Memorial, Chandigarh. Then we are starting at Sri Shankara Cancer Hospital, Bangalore, and Sri Shankara Cancer Hospital, Bhubaneswar.
Okay.
So my thought process was that I want to take Seva Kitchen global. Now see, here I am bringing up one more thing, that many restaurants have these happy hours.
Right.
Restaurants and bars have these happy hours where they give booze or food at subsidized rates. Now my thought process is, why not create these restaurants in the morning when they start? Why can't they start Seva hours? Where for 10 minutes, maybe we could have a Gokul Vrindavan in Nagpur offering idli free to people for say 7 to 7:15, where the most needy can just put a missed call, go there, give the token, and they can give free. So this can be a seva. Why can't a coffee cafe day or any coffee shop give a few coffees? See, try and understand that this is creating a beautiful system.
Absolutely.
It is creating goodwill for them also.
So, are you working on it? Have you approached people?
I have not approached, but through your medium, I want to reach out to restaurants in Nagpur maybe and other cities, that if they want to do it, they can just give me a cap that in a year we will serve say 1,000 coffees free of cost from morning 7 to 7:15. Whoever comes with the token, and they can set up a daily cap that we will not serve maybe more than 10 coffees.
Right.
Because what happens is, once the 10 tokens ka threshold is crossed, the system closes on its own. So, this can be done anywhere in the country as of today. I want to see it across the world.
Okay, so we say amen to that and we hope that you take it across the world. But then looking at the kind of work that you're doing, and all these innovations and thought process going on. So when I say multitask, what comes in front of me is a woman. So you are the exception to the norm. I mean, you are working full time with the railways. You have your family to look after it, and so many social initiatives that you're doing. So how do you juggle all this?
Well, now, I'm going to retire next year, and you tend to feel that you need to go slow. It's difficult. But the enthusiasm is there, and the most important thing is, at the end of the day, when I see that the Seva Kitchen has reached out to 1,500 people across the country by not doing anything. Actually not doing anything. See, there are these big kitchens like Akshay Patra. They have to put in a lot of work. They have these kitchens where they cook, they have cooks and they have deliveries and they have so much to take care of. I am happy that I have developed a system which requires nothing to be done.
Just the volunteers and their love for people.
Love for people and for Seva. So, actually I am doing nothing. So, if you see, if I have to set up 200 breakfasts for Sims for 30 days, at the end of the month, I have just to tell my volunteers, please pay up. Tuck, in half an hour, the donors pay up the vendors. The vendors acknowledge. And we recharge the system with 6,000 tokens for the month, which takes hardly 15 minutes.
Right.
I have to just select the donor's name in the system, upload his payment screenshot, and select how many meals he has donated, and it's done. Nothing more to be done. So if a restaurant comes up to me and says, I will give you 1,000 copies per year, 10 per day, or whatever the average works out, I can set it up in 10 minutes. So I can, if you tell me that you set up a seva in Kashmir, I can do it in half an hour. It doesn't require any. I just need a poster. And the best part about the missed call revolution, as I call it, is it grows word of mouth. You know, so in Tata Memorial, I am stunned. Through the token system, we used to do 40 meals every day. Today, we are doing 400 meals. We have to close the system at 400 meals, and from the hospital canteen. You know, so it's as easy as that.
So you say word of mouth. So was that the word of mouth publicity that took you across the 7 seas, and we've had people coming and filming you, making documentaries on you?
Yes. So it so happened, I would say that my mother's words that people from the world will help you are coming true.
Right.
And so we have donors from Australia, we have donors from so many places. So, just before COVID, I got this mail from August Pictures in Singapore, where they said that we have selected Seva Kitchen from across India for a documentary called Cooking for a Cause. And we would like to make this documentary because your work is very, it's something different which has never been done anywhere. And so they came down to Nagpur. They had a host, Darren Lim, who is an actor in Singapore, and they made this documentary. And this documentary went on to win very many awards in the New York Film Festival and other film festivals. This was the most liked documentary of the 14 they made from across the world. So yes, I am very happy that walking in the different direction has helped.
And you were also invited to the Rashtrapati Bhavan.
Yes. So in 2017, the National Innovation Foundation, Professor Anil Gupta, who is an IIM Ahmedabad retired professor and also the founder of Honeybee Networks, he asked me to present my frugal innovation in front of a lot of people from across the world and bureaucrats and the president of the country. And I was very lucky to be there for 3 days. And I'm very proud that they call it a frugal innovation.
And so are we of you. So see, I think you are a man who practices what you're preaching, and that has percolated down to your child also.
Yes.
I remember way back in 2020,
Yes.
Tunisia, right?
Tunisia, yes.
Yeah. So she had come forward with an innovation where she had made bags and given them to collected bags and given them, and we'd carried her in Twinkle Star.
Yes.
So can we see that copy if you have with you?
Yes. Yes. So this is the copy of Twinkle Star where Tunisia was covered in this magazine in Twinkle Star of the Hitavada by you. And it so happened that I and both of us were watching TV, and on the TV they were talking about floods around Pune and some villages in Pune. And she immediately asked me that, Daddy, you have sent, and we were sending some groceries and some material to them. And she suddenly asked me that, Daddy, you have sent these groceries and material to these people. Did you send school bags for the children? I said, no. I said, why? So I said, that is not a necessity. She said, what are you talking? All the children must have lost their books and their school bags. How will they go to school? How will they carry, their books now? And I was stunned. So, in just as we talked to children, I said, why don't you do something? So she said, of course, I will collect bags and I will send bags and I will do that. So, just the thought process of hers, inspired me a lot, and I decided that I would share this story of hers on Facebook. And as I shared, there were so many people who came forward to send bags. You'll be surprised, we collected something as 7,000 school bags.
Wow.
And, her story went viral on, after you covered it, it went viral on the Better India and many social platforms. And people were so thrilled that a small, 6-year-old girl can have this thought process. and they sent her school bags from. They ordered from Amazon, Flipkart, and they were sending her school bags. And there was a gentleman from Bombay who wouldn't like to be named. He wishes to be anonymous. He sent he sent about 2,000 school bags for her, and eventually we were able to send them to. We sent them to Gunj because they were working in that area, and that would be the most better way to go about the distribution. So yes,
So when you now step back a little bit and look at the work that you have done, so what is the kind of fulfillment that you feel?
Honestly speaking, my honest reply, I was thinking about it a few days back, and I thought that I have not done enough with my life. Sometimes I think, had I not been with the railways, I put in almost, this is my 40th year in the railways, I could have done much more. But then I'm happy that, I've been able to reach out that's my destiny, that's my destiny. And I'm happy how it has grown and with what I have done.
So any times, a sort of feeling of being overwhelmed at all that you have achieved. Kabhi aisa hua hai ki?
Yes, I remember this happening in 2005. Not overwhelmed, but you start thinking of yourself as someone great. So in 2005, I had Indian blood donors at its peak, and the idea was being replicated by many people, and a lot of calls coming in. And at some point of time, as you rightly said, overwhelmed with a lot of things on my head, I started getting rude with people. I realized that, and that time, what changed my life was I did a Vipassana 10-day Vipassana meditation course, which of course changed my life and altered my way of thinking. I became more humane. I knew that I had, that it went to my head.
So I think there are very few people who would admit to that, on a social media platform that yes, I was rude. It went to my head.
It definitely, it definitely happens, and once you can do much better.
So then, how has Seva Kitchen changed you as a person?
Definitely, it has. Seva Kitchen has changed me. I've become, I would say, more compassionate towards people. I hear out people. I get a lot of calls, so I hear out people. I try to give them my time and help them, as much as I can.
And where do you see yourself in future? All this initiative going in future.
So now, what I am what I have already started doing is I have assigned. So basically, if you see, Seva Kitchen is basically a community-based initiative. So they are small communities serving a location. Small communities. So now what I've started doing is, from amongst these communities, I've started doing it since almost 4 to 5 years now. I'm selecting people who I feel can run that community, and I have started making them, in charge, the admins of the community, and they are running it. Like in Nagpur, in Sims, we have Reema Sial, who is doing a marvelous job. She's been running that Pitara. I'm no more there.
Right.
We have Sonia Sethi. I should mention their names because they have done a terrific job of it, from Radhakrishna Hospital. Then we have a cook and serve in Sims, which goes on still every day, every Sunday, which is run by Ginni Singh, who is again doing. Then we have somebody like Ruksha Hormazji in Hyderabad. Then Kainaz Munshi in Ahmedabad. Then we have Lata in Sindhu-Darg. So all these ladies are running these initiatives on their own. So, I am happy about one thing, कि हम न रहे, Seva Kitchen जरूर रहेगा.
That's really nice.
So, there is no infrastructure. We don't have any account. We don't have money. We don't have a board. We don't meet. Can you believe it? in these 12 years, we've never had a meeting. Never. We've never had a meeting where we've partied. There was a request from a lady who told me that we should meet at least once in a month, have a party. I said, sorry, this is Seva. We can't have parties over here. So this is complete dedication. This is complete dedication. This is Seva, nothing else but Seva.
And I think that this should be the last question. We look at parents complain about children being very materialistic these days. They stay in their own bubble and it's all about I, me, myself.
Yes.
But you have managed to penetrate that bubble and you have pulled students via their schools into the Niki Pitara and the Seva Kitchen fold.
Yes.
So how did you manage that?
So, it was purely, I should say, the owners of the schools who realized that this is something very good. And on the contrary, you will be surprised. We have put up a Niki Pitara in St. Joseph's Convent, Nagpur.
Okay.
And it's been going on since many years now, where children on their birthdays fill it up. Or their special occasions, maybe their parents' birthdays or grandparents' birthdays, anniversaries, they fill it up. And once it is full, the teachers themselves take the children to old age homes, orphanages.
Oh.
So
there's so many birds are being killed by one stone.
Yes. So it's a beautiful initiative to be replicated. See, I don't hold a sort of a, what do you say, sort of a this over it, that this is my idea, without me I cannot. I'm open to it being replicated anywhere. The more the people replicate it, the more society, chances of being children being more compassionate towards society is there.
I think so. You truly embody the spirit of Seva.
Yes, I would say that.
So we come to the last segment, that's the rapid fire questions. And we hope that this turns out to be a fun segment. So Khushroo bhai, if Seva Kitchen had a ringtone, what would it be?
It would be Neki Kar Darya Mein Dal.
Your quickest jugaad moment when food fell short but people didn't?
Yes. So I wouldn't call it a jugaad moment. I would call it divine intervention moment. It so happened that about 10 years back, I was coming from office via this 118 Territorial Army unit which we have, and I saw, about 1,000 children sitting outside near RBI and petrol pump waiting. And I asked them, why are you here? And they said that tomorrow we are having a recruitment drive over here.
Yeah.
So I just happened to see those children sleeping on the roads with just a backpack and a bottle, and I asked them, where are you going to eat? They said, no, we won't eat. We have nothing to, whatever we've carried, we've exhausted. And I said, you will be staying hungry? They said, yes. So I said, no. I went back home, picked up my car, and there is this Ganesh Farsan in our area, and he also is a part of Seva Kitchen, and I told him that, would you like to sponsor some samosas? And he said, okay, I will do. He gave me about 200-300 samosa plates, and I bought some, and I went to that location and with newspaper plates, and I started distributing. And as I started distributing, there were 1,000 people standing in line. After 200 plates, there was no food. And you will be surprised, just as my food was getting over, I received a call from a marriage location in Dharampet, where the mother of the groom told me that, we had cooked for about 800 to 900 people, and somehow people have not come. So there is a lot of food, will you come and take it? I said, you give me 15 minutes. I rushed back to my house, picked up those big huge hot cases which I had, rushed back to the location. I told those boys, wait for me, and I brought that entire food in my Wagoner to this petrol pump in front of RBI, and those boys were waiting. And you will be surprised, they were so happy that there was someone trying to feed them, that they started helping me in distributing the food. So
Truly, yes.
that was one moment where I was really
Yes, this was truly divine
divine
intervention.
intervention.
So, one thing people would be surprised to know about you outside of Seva Kitchen.
Um, I enjoy doing things, and I'm an introvert also.
It doesn't seem so, Khushroo. So, one rule you will never allow Seva Kitchen to break, no matter how big it grows.
No posting any social messages in my Seva Kitchen groups.
Well said. The toughest no you've had to say while protecting the idea of Seva.
As I told you earlier, a lady wanted to have get-togethers at least once a month to get the community, and I said no. No, we will not do it.
And after all these years, what still surprises you about people?
Honestly, people who are filthy rich means really filthy rich, who have crores and crores of rupees, which they are not going to take anywhere someday. They question me कि आपको कैसा पता कि आदमी जरूरतमंद है या नहीं? And I have a simple answer to them. At Seva Kitchen, we do not judge. If somebody asks, we give. And to rub it in, I ask them, what if God starts judging you tomorrow and says, Mr. X has a lot of money, should I give it to him or no?
That is well said, once again. So, Khushroo, I'm sure after listening to this podcast, there would be many people who would want to know how to connect with you. So, can you quickly tell them how we can go about it?
Yes. So, the easier way is that people can log on to our website sevakitchen.org, sevakitchen.org, and they can browse through the different sevas which we have in different hospitals, and they can select a seva, they can join a community, enter the details, and we will connect with them. Or simply they can call me on my phone number, which is given on the website, and it's 95610 11264.
Thank you, Khushroo. We had a wonderful, wonderful time, and the story, the spirit, and the soul behind Seva Kitchen is out there for our viewers
Thank you very
to
much.
watch. It was a wonderful session, very, very inspiring, very innovative,
Thanks.
and I do hope that your movement grows to be a global one. We would be very, very proud of you, as we are of you right now also.
I am really grateful to the Hitavada, the mic, for sharing my story with the people, because this is how Seva Kitchen has grown. When stories are shared, people come to know about us, and that is how they join us.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Khushroo.
Thank you.